Orlofsky, and welcome to the Parsha in 5, where in 5 minutes we try to give you an insight into the Parsha. Parshas Ki Seitzei. We have a very interesting observation to make in Parshas Ki Seitzei, and that is that Parshas Ki Seitzei is the Parsha which numerically has the most mitzvos of any Parsha in the Torah. And I would say it's fair, therefore, to say that a theme in the Parsha are mitzvos. So let me give you a Rashi that gives you an insight into this, because it's hard to understand the connection between all of the mitzvahs. So the Parsha tells us like this. It says, if you're in the woods and you come on a bird's nest, chase away the mother bird and then take the eggs or the little birds that are in the nest. But chase away the mother bird and then take it. That is a mitzvah. And it comes with long life. It's very dramatic, yeah? And then if the next mitzvah is makeh, when you buy a house, put a fence on the top of the roof so that someone does not fall off the roof and die. Yeah, make sure you put a makeh on. The next mitzvah is, do not plow with an ox and a donkey together. And the reason for that is, of course, because since the ox chews its cud, so the donkey is going to be jealous and feel like, hey, how come he got food and I didn't? And the answer is, of course, because he has multiple stomachs and he keeps bringing it up and chewing it and sending it back down and Anyway, if it tasted good the first time, it'll be even better the third time. Anyway, so it goes up and down. So therefore, do not plow with them together. And then it says, Kilei Kerem, do not plant grapes and wheat together. And then it says, Shatnez, do not wear wool and linen clothing together. And then it says, put tzitzis on your four-cornered garments. So Rashi says, what is the connection between all these parshios? Mitzvah gereres mitzvah. Now listen what Rashi says. If you do the mitzvah shluach haken, then you'll get a house and you'll do the mitzvah of makeh. And then if you do the mitzvah of makeh, then you'll be zoicha to get a field and you won't plow with your animals together. And then if you do that, you'll be zoicha to a vineyard, and if you don't plant it together, then you'll get beautiful garments and make sure that they don't have shatnez, and you put on tzitzis. Now I'm trying to figure out the order here. What does that mean, mitzvah gereres mitzvah? It can't be a reward. Because if I do shluach haken, I get a house, and then in the end I only get nice garments. That's not worth as much as a house. Yeah. So it can't be it has to go with that. I don't think it has to do with how hard it is, because not wearing shatnez, I think, is easier than getting up on top of your roof and building a fence. So what's the progression in these mitzvahs? And I thought that what the progression is commitment. Mitzvah is commandment. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us mitzvos, as the Mesilas Yesharim says, as relationship-building tools. They build the relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When everyone says, I want to get close to Hashem, the way I do that is through mitzvos. So the first mitzvah in the list is in a makam hefker. There's no commitment. You're in the middle of no place. Doesn't cost you any money. There's no commitment. If I show you that I'm willing to do that, then I'll give you the opportunity to bring HaKadosh Baruch Hu into your home and put a makeh on your roof. If you do that, then I'm going to tell you already how to run your business. I'm going to come into your business, because there are people who are willing to let God into their house and not into their business. Business is business. Yeah? And don't plow with these two animals together. Rav Chaim Soloveitchik, Rav Chaim Briska, this guy brings him a wallet. He says, I found a wallet in the street, so I can't find a simon, but maybe the road can figure out how to return it. After he leaves, Rav Chaim notices his watch is missing. So he chases the guy. He says, did you steal my watch? And he goes, yeah. He says, you bring me a wallet with money in it, and then you steal my watch? He says, listen, I'm a ganav. That's what I do for a living. But Hashavas Aved is a mitzvah. So I brought you back the wallet, but that doesn't stop from my business, yeah. So I'll take HaKadosh Baruch Hu into business with me, and if you do, then he's going to tell you what business to go into. You can plant this, you can't plant that. Not just how to run your business, but what business. And then if you do that, I'm going to get even more in your face and tell you what you're going to wear. I have 8 daughters. I cannot tell you how many times I've had fights with my daughters over what they were going to wear. They were like, I don't care. I'm not going to wear that skirt. They can throw me out of school. I was like, okay, let's follow this through. If they throw you out of school, no other school is going to take you. You're going to have trouble getting married. You know what I mean? Everything that. I don't care. If I have to wear that skirt, I won't do it. So people get real emotional about your clothes, which means that if you show through mitzvos that you want to be close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he's going to come more and more into your life and give you an opportunity to have a greater commitment. And dafka now, during this time of Elul, when we are supposed to be focusing on a relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, how appropriate that we read this parasha to understand how to be able to form that relationship more and more intense with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Have a good Shabbos.